She became irate after the restaurant gave her a sausage biscuit instead of the bacon she ordered, and she then walked behind the counter and shoved a teen employee into a French fry station.
Can we just get our food, folks?
The video shows a group of young African Americans trying to order near closing time last Thursday.
That's some crazy stuff.
They are livid because a staff member had asked them to pay before ordering, claiming they'd come in without money on previous occasions.
What we gotta do?
Hey, because you never have money when you come in.
We never have money.
Y'all basically stereotyping us.
Yeah.
According to a Chipotle spokesperson, the manager thought they were the same customers from 2 days earlier who weren't able to pay.
Can we get our food?
St. Paul police say an employee called 911 after this confrontation. Police responded but took no action. A member of the group then posted video of the argument to Twitter and tagged Chipotle. 4 minutes later, Chipotle responded, saying it was concerned to hear this. And by Saturday, a Chipotle spokesperson told us the manager had been fired and employees had been retrained. Then something changed. By Sunday, Chipotle started telling Twitter users it needed to investigate additional information, and on Monday, Chipotle sent us this new statement saying, based on our review, we have offered our manager her job back. While our normal protocol was not followed serving these customers, we publicly apologize to our manager for being put in this position. But the original video alleging racial stereotyping is still up and has now surpassed 7 million views. Now, we know that the Twitter user who posted this original video last week had previously tweeted about dining and dashing. Those tweets appear to be deleted now from that person's account. We were told by a Chipotle spokesperson that they were aware of past tweets about that as they did their initial investigation. They won't tell us what the new information was that basically led them to offering the manager her job back. We've tried to reach out to both the manager and the person who posted the video on Twitter and haven't heard back.
The chain now apologizing after firing a manager who refused to serve a group of black customers. As you can see in the video that has now been viewed by over 10 million people, the manager insisted the group of men pay before they get their food. Watch.
So what we gotta do? What we gotta do?
Hey, because you never have money when you come in.
We never have money.
We're not gonna make food unless you guys actually have money.
All right, so what is that? What do you mean? Hold on.
Oh, mercy. Critics cited racism, but it turns out there's more to this story than was originally reported, of course. The manager says 2 of them skipped out on their bill just days before the dispute, and one of the men had even bragged about ordering and not paying before in this post from 3 years ago, writing, quote, "Dine and dash is forever interesting." That was just one of the many quotes that he had from his Twitter. He also wrote, "Aye, man, I think Chipotle catching up to us, fam. Should we change locations?" And this July he tweeted, "I caught myself taking the Chipotle Tabasco sauce the other day, LOL, not because I needed it, but because it felt so natural to me." What's a manager to do here, Juan?
Well, I think you should go by the rules. And I think that's what we saw in the Starbucks case and now this case, because these guys are thieves, right? So you shouldn't encourage people stealing from your business. That's ridiculous. But you got to have, I guess, a protocol or a routine, the way that you handle it. She handled it sort of ad hoc, and that's what got her into trouble. And I'm so glad that Chipotle has come back now and said, hey, listen, obviously these guys were thieves, and we are going to back up our employee who was protecting the business. But the problem is, you should know, if you're the manager, how to deal with this, because you couldn't get locked into some racial dispute that really is not relevant to this discussion.
I agree. Greg?
In this world of social media, nuance and patience is evil. Social media now forces companies to act immediately because the fear of being dragged online by large groups. So they'll crush an employee the moment they can do that.
They fired her.
Companies that are run by their PR and HR will cut you loose, despite well before facts coming in, and because they're more terrified of the corporate virtue signaling is actually worse than personal virtue signaling, because they don't account for facts, only for appearance. And as you said, life isn't always what it seems. The real jerks, not just Chipotle, but the media. There were tabloids. There was one tabloid headline that said Chipotle may rehire manager who refused serving black men. That was what they put on Twitter. screwed up is it? I almost swear. They chose clicks over clarity, and they smeared an innocent woman. And I won't say who the tabloid is because they're in the building.
Oh, mercy. So, Dana, is there backlash for Chipotle here, and do they internalize?
This is what I would do. So when you hire somebody as a manager, you expect them to manage, meaning that they should use their own brain and they should figure out how to handle a situation so that you don't have to. That's why you hire a manager. There's a shortage of workers in America. She obviously has proven that she can manage.
She was helping the company.
She dealt with this situation very well. Whoever needs to hire a good manager, don't let Chipotle rehire her. You should hire her.
Yeah, she said she was looking out for her team, and there were, people working behind her who were clearly frustrated. Jesse.
Well, fake news travels really fast. This had 10 million views on the internet, and the truth only has a few because no one's going to see that after the fact. They're just going to think this is a racist situation, and then they're going to go on with the rest of their day. I feel bad because I dined and ditched one time out in Long Island in high school.
Oh, last week?
No, in high school, and I didn't even know what I was getting myself into. My buddy wanted to do it, and I think he was paying, so I didn't really dine and ditch. I just kind of ditched, and I dined for free because he was going to pay for it. But we ran out of the restaurant, and they chased us out. We got in the car, and we sped off, and the poor waitress didn't get the tip. So I feel bad, and I'm sorry.
You should go back there and give her a
to
tip
the Barefoot
this weekend.
Peddler out in Long Island.
Oh, wow, you even named the restaurant.
Yeah, did I just admit to committing a crime?
Yes, you did.
Thank God.
Turn yourself in.
Wait, feel better. Take a selfie.